What's up, everyone? Kind of just making this quick little vlog-esque video out here in nature, talking about why I view the chin up. And look, here's the thing: not a normal chin up where you're really focusing on the back fibers. More so, the chin up where you're using more of your bicep, right? Your bicep and your forearm, and you're kind of like doing this motion, like where you're cupping your hand in a way. It kind of sounds weird, but try it like that and you'll know what I'm talking about. Doing more of that. Why I prefer that form of chin up over even like a barbell curl or any form of curl, to be honest. But the thing is with it seems like people think that you need to go super light, or you need to do something where you really control the weight with the bicep, right? But here's the thing: what if you could take that same control, right, but just do it with your body weight? Because if you're 150 pounds, what are the chances you can clean curl, do clean reps, 150-pound barbell or 150-pound dumbbells, right? What, like 75s in each hand, clean. It's often not the case that you're going to be doing that type of stuff. So for me, my thing is like, when you do a chin up, like I said, you're doing them in a way where it's like a lot of forearm movement, but like towards you, if that makes sense. So you're going like that, you're trying to squeeze the bicep, and then you're like pulling into yourself. Probably should have done this video next to a bar so I could really demonstrate it. And then when you're in the like hanging position, kind of just like getting yourself, like let's say you're hanging, right? Almost like envision that you are doing a curl by totally just putting all your focus on the bicep and forearm, keeping especially the pinky. That's something I think I was watching, like a Jesse James and Phil Heath working out. I think it was those two. I don't know how to remember, but Phil Heath was talking about, it wasn't even a pull session, I believe. I think it was just rear delts or shoulders, and he was talking. They were doing like a rear delt like fly machine, and he was saying, "Oh, focus on the pinky." And that translates to even, like I said, the pulling movement of the chin up. And I predict the chin up is going to be something where it's going to be, people are going to start realizing how good it is, how good of an exercise it is, especially compared to barbell curls. And I think, look, a barbell curl, you can't go wrong with it. You cannot go wrong with a nice classic old school barbell curl. But if we're talking about, damn dogs, if we're talking about getting the most bang for your buck, concentration on the biceps, really focus on the folding motion while also controlling your forearm, right? So the squeezing portion, while like keeping that pinky super wrapped around the bar, focusing on that, and then kind of doing this at the top where your traps are like also assisting in the movement. Dude, something about that movement, you just get so much bang for buck. And like a barbell curl is cool, but you got to look at it like, all right, you're kind of just standing and then you're doing the motion, boom, but then you're using a lot of momentum at the top. You got to like swing it, whereas with you're swinging it. Even if you do like the eccentric portion really nice and tight, you're still not covering all the bases, because compared to a chin up, boom, chin up, keeping the bicep tight, the whole movement, the biceps tight. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but like I would say try it out, because you'll see like the mind muscle connection just works more when you're hanging. There's something about like fighting gravity and then pulling yourself up. It gives you a better mind muscle connection while also giving you a heavier weight. Like I said, what are the chances you're going to be 200 pounds and then curling 200? Like let's say you're 225, you're not going to be curling the 7-foot bar with 2 plates on each side for reps, clean as you can. When you're doing your body weight chin up, you're doing your body weight chin up and you're 200 pounds. Even if you could do like 10, if you could do 10 and then just really excellent form, controlling up, you know, squeezing at the very top, you get that really nice squeeze at the top with a chin up, keeping yourself in a nice pace. So as you go down, you're squeezing, and then explosion upwards. Even if you are using your back a little bit, because of course you're not going to be able to use just use the bicep and forearm and brachioradialis and brachialis and not use the back. You're going to be using the backs, the back, the traps, the rear delts. If I'm being real, I think it's just, compared to every other bicep exercise, you're getting more work for your entire back, especially the traps, which is, you know, it's a cool little extra, you know. Like, I don't think traps, you could work them too much. There's never been everyone, like, if you look at the whole noble natty community, they all agree, like, yeah, you could totally just decimate the traps as much as you want. The forearm, obviously more weight, you're more grip. It's gonna inspire more growth. The whole movement basically is, I would say, superior to the barbell curl. It's superior to every other curl, like spider curl, all these iterations of like pretty much the same thing, and it's just holding a weight and doing this. But for some reason, like going up here and then just going somehow, that's I don't know about you guys, but for me, I say you just get way more bang for buck. You spend less time having to do your exercise. You spend less time and you get more out of it. So yeah, try it out if you're watching this. Mix up the width of the grip a little, and then really focus on the bicep. Like, it feels so weird to kind of like explain it through a video without actually being able to show you, but it's more about like almost imagining how you would curl that middle portion when you're at the tightest part, you're in like the most intense part, but then doing it through the whole chin up, and then keeping the whole mind muscle connection. This is like it's also really a mental thing, like, but like squeeze your abs so you can so you can produce the most force, and then yeah, that's what I would say is probably the most underrated, best bang for buck bicep exercise. And then you get a little extra rear delt, a little mid back, a little trap. It's all good stuff. Of course, the forearms, you can't go wrong. And then I also even noticed the brachioradialis. Now I think that's a muscle where you kind of got to be super lean to see it. But once we're gonna be seeing me get lean, boys, and then I'm gonna show you, like, it works more of that compared to any other curl, I guess, besides hammer curls. Now those are hammer curls, I would say, are pretty dope, especially if you do them on a machine. Like, you do them with a rope, you know how like Brandon Carter does them. It's like yeah, it's a dope exercise, I would say. But yeah, what else? Wanted to bring some. Oh yeah, you know, the thing about like the barbell curl or like any heavy curl, people are gonna say, well, you use less back. And I'd argue, well, I mean, you're still using your back. Anything where you're using a significant amount of weight on a curl, you're gonna be using a good amount of, you know, back muscle just to stabilize it and stuff. And it's, you like I said, bro, the chin up doesn't use so much back where you're taking away from the bicep. You know, the bicep's still doing the majority of it's still bearing the majority of the weight. And if you do it right, like how I'm telling you, you know, kind of be conservative with the width, be a little bit on the more narrow side, do like this motion, you know, when you really tighten the bicep and your wrist is almost like this part of the wrist is pointing towards you, this part's pointing towards you, do that at the top of the movement. Just like, you don't need to do hella weight, just do your body weight, and then just like master it. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to if you're not used to chin-ups, but damn, do that I've replaced the barbell curl with the chin up as like the heavy hitter on the biceps, and dude, there's nothing quite like it. And yeah.